Hey everyone, welcome in. I'm going to talk about van life in Scotland. It's me, the Travel Bee, and you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. So, we had an RV or a camper van for 3 weeks on a family trip, three kids, two adults, and we had a number of beds set up, one double bed, a second double, that's the main bed, which was mostly a place to play for the kids. And then we had a single bed and a second double bed in this cool Just Go or bunk RV camper van. So the kids really enjoyed it. They thought it was pretty fun to be in a camper van. It kind of felt like our boat, but of course, I guess some people call them land yachts, and that rings true. But it really does let you go to beautiful places. There are some rules in Scotland as to where you're allowed to park overnight, but as long as you follow those rules, you can go pretty much all over the country, which we did. We were all along the coast when we did the NC 500. We were all along this Isle of Skye. This is a video just outside of Ugg, or a photo just outside of Ugg, and on the Isle of Skye. And there were some pretty incredible sights, and we got some of our best, I would say, spots just parking on the side of the road. Ben's doing some journaling there, and I'm relaxing in this photo in another kind of beautiful setting that we picked. But yeah, that coastal spot just outside on the Isle of Skye was pretty amazing. So really enjoyed that ability to just kind of look out at the environment, at the landscape around us, and sleep in beautiful places. We also could close the curtains as needed, and then just to be able to tour around and appreciate our surroundings. So a lot of sheep on the road was one of the other things we noticed in Scotland. Basically everywhere we went, we were always having to slow down for potential sheep that were along the road. So that was definitely something that happened a lot. The kids were always playing and wrestling around, which you try to avoid, but you can't really avoid it. And then Mike was our driver. He was always taking care and driving. And for me, I was sometimes a little panicked as the passenger because some of those roads were very narrow, but particularly when there were massive trucks going by, it could be stressful at times. And there were a lot of single track roads, so we did have to make careful use of the passover spots or the pullover spots. But they were very well marked, and usually you could find a spot to pull over either off the road completely if you're staying overnight and camping, or just along the side. This is Josh. He fell asleep in one of the towns. So yeah, we're not a big RV park kind of family. We're more focused on, this is an example where we're totally off the map. We're actually on a road, but it doesn't look like it when you look at the map. But yeah, we more kind of go, but obviously you still have to follow the rules in terms of where you're allowed to park, and obviously not making a mess where you go. So we really enjoyed that aspect of van life, and brought a lot of books and things to do. We pretty much did not watch television at all in the van. We did have a couple things in the tablet for the kids once in a while. Mike enjoyed making a hearty breakfast a couple of mornings that we were there, which was wonderful. And we also enjoyed some crazy rain days. So this is me inside while the kids are outside in the rain. We had gone up on the NC 500, and it was a pouring rain weather that particular day. It was really fun. So yeah, there were lots of positives. We got to get up close and personal with some hairy coos, which was kind of fun. So this is us driving by carefully when we're on the NC 500. We also got to pull over and just see some incredible sights in many of the different spots. So yeah, I would say an RV is a fun family adventure. The thing I didn't like about it was that the bathroom was super small, so it was really uncomfortable for showering or practically sitting on the toilet. But you cook the good with the bad, and the good was that you had these incredible beautiful views, and the kids had places to play games and to enjoy. Some of the streets were pretty tight in the cities when we were touring around, and that made it challenging. But then you had these beautiful countryside scenes that you could enjoy all along the route. We found through this app, Search for Sites, we found some incredible spots like this one at Loch Turret. And you just could watch the sunset or park in front of a castle. That was another thing that we did a few times. We actually made it down to this incredible castle, which was the lady who owned the castle was very surprised we made it down there with an RV. So yeah, we also bought sourdough bread and ate it along the way, found beautiful spots to pull over in Glencoe, or this is a little area that we drove up. I was always looking at these cool telephone booths that were everywhere, and love that. So you really felt like you were out in nature more so than in many other spots. I mean, I guess you can get that feeling in a car too, but when you can stay overnight and explore, although sometimes the midges were so crazy that you were like, do not open the door. So it really depended on the area that we were in. This was kind of near, I think this one was near Glencoe. And we tried to stay inside in certain sections when there were a lot of midges. So yeah, beautiful connection to the animals and just a wonderful experience. There's the kelpies in the background as we're heading out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And as always, may you see the world and love it.